It's your boy Verse, and this is Open Mike with OTR Mike.
Yeah, that's right. This is the show where the mic is open for any discussion.
Feeling about OTR. I don't think we're done.
You can try to find something that's going to be interesting. Then obviously on the Wednesday we got the actual show and then the overtime show, and and I know
I'm on. Yo, what up, good people? It's your boy, OTR Mike. And let me be the first to welcome you to another episode of Open Mic with yours truly. That's right, man. This is the show where the mic is open for any discussion, no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. Oh, yeah, man. I'm back. Another surprise live stream. These are kind of fun, man. And I found another hypothetical question that I want to ask the listeners, the watchers, the subscribers, the Patreons, all of the above, right? So I had fun doing that last time when some people in here with me. So we'll see who jumps in here with me and help me out with this particular scenario. But look, man, before I move forward, of course, I got to pay some bills. I have to pay some bills. So let's do it this way first. Now, those of you, most of you who are subscribed to me, who listen to me, a lot of you found me being on Coach Evans Roundup, Ravens Roundup with Coach Evans, myself, Jose and Brodney of Lunch Break Hot Take, Hendo of the Road Pod, and Chris Just Joking of Deep Cover Podcast. Right now, most of you who listen already know that we're having a meet and greet, right, in Columbia, Maryland at Busboys and Poets. So, look, that'll be August 4th. So let me pay that bill real quick and play this video for you so you know what's going on. That's right, people. You can get your tickets at Eventbrite, as you see scrolling below if you are watching. If you are not, all you have to do is go to Eventbrite and search Roundup Meet and Greet, and you will find where you can get a ticket to the meet and greet. Right? Like I said, it'll be Hendo from the Road Pod. It will be Jose and Brodney from Lunch Break Hot Take. It will be Coach Evans of Sip to Tally Films. It'll be Chris Just Joking of the Deep Cover Podcast, and myself, right? August 4th, man, it's going to be a grand time, right? There's going to be giveaways. There's going to be food. There's going to be music. There's going to be gift bags. There's going to be a ton of, going on, but it's going to be for sure a ton of fun. Now, this is what I have to say, right? I don't want to threaten. I don't want to be pushy here, right? But look, we have a limited amount of tickets, okay? And what Bus Boy and Poets told us is, hey, right, we know you guys can fill this venue. It's a Friday night for them, right? Which is a busy night. So all we can do is give you a certain amount of space in this venue, okay? So tickets are limited. Tickets are moving quickly, right? I don't want you to miss it. Now, if you don't get your ticket and then you show up and you're outside, and then I might feel sorry for you. So then I got to charge you quadruple the price because I do feel sorry that you're out there. But, can't let you in for the current ticket price, right? So, get your ticket, man. I just don't want you guys to miss out on this. It's going to be a grand time. Oh man, let me do some shout outs while I got it here. Graven is in the building. What's up, brother, man? How are you doing? And sure, we could do autographs, man. You know that we gonna take pictures. You know, there's rumors that there can be a date one with Brodney. Now, Brodney ain't he hasn't signed his contract on that part of it yet, right? But there's talks, right? You know, you can win a date with Mr. B, right? I don't know if he's feeling that, but that's the word. Okay. And then my man Bazel in the building. What's up, bro? Bazel is one who has gotten his ticket or tickets, right? So Bazel will be in the building. If you want to join him, get your tickets now. Okay. Now that that bill is paid, let's move on. Also below, you see scrolling is my Patreon page. If you want to support the show, as other greats like Bazel, there's the hyperlink or whatever for the Patreon. Okay, go to patreon.com and look up OTR Mike, and that's where you can find the Patreon to support the page. All of those who have already did so, I greatly appreciate you. Those of you who it may not be for, you are supporting me just by listening to this, so I appreciate it. Right, but if you want to get a little more up close and personal with the show, go over there and join the Patreon, right? And you'll see different tiers and see how you can do that and see how you can be more a part of the show. I'm close and personal with the show. All right. Bills are paid. Let's get the episode going. All right. So look, man, I am not going to be before you long, right? Was out of town this weekend, just really getting back in, kind of tired, right? But I didn't get a chance to film an episode or shoot an episode or record an episode or whatever we're going to call it. So I'm here tonight doing a live stream so I can get that out of the way, right? My plan was to do it either Thursday night or Friday morning, and it just ain't worked out, right? Shout out to Big Reg. What up, homie? He said, "What's good, sir?" Man, I'm chilling, bro. Just getting back in town. So I'm gonna do this live stream, get some content out there, and I'm gonna be on my merry way. But let me tell you real quick before I get into the episode about my month of June. Okay. My wife sent me a calendar invite. uh like mid to late May, right? Just explaining to me like, hey, look, June is about to be popping, right? So here's what's going on in June. So, be mindful of these things. I'm like, yeah, yada, yada. You know how we do, right? We don't really pay attention to calendars and stuff like that. But I slept on just how busy this month has been, right? Man, I had my oldest bonus son graduated high school earlier this month. Last week, matter of fact, last week he graduated. My youngest bonus son had his 5th grade promotion on Friday, right? My wife and I then went to New Jersey, where she's from, with youngest bonus son and my son, dropped them off to their grandmother, and then me and my wife went to Atlantic City for a concert to see Jasmine Sullivan. Now I'm gonna come back talk about that concert in a second because I gotta get this off my chest, and I'll let y'all know what happened with that. But anyway, so then next week, right, oldest bonus son will be going off to college for a summer program. He will be an incoming freshman, so we got to take him down next week. Then you also know next week is Father's Day. Then the following week, my niece is turning 1 year old. So, like literally every weekend, every week this month, it's been something going on. So June has been absolutely crazy. Now back to the concert, real quick, right? So, Agent E in the building. What up, E? What's popping? Jada 6 said, "Damn, 3 lives back to back to back, bro." Yeah, it's popping, man. It's popping, right? So, I'm trying. I saw Hendo. Now, to your point, Jada 6. I saw Hendo. I was about to hit the live button because mine are never planned, right? It just happened, surprise. And I get on to get ready to go, and I'm like, hold on, let me check and make sure nobody is live right now because I don't want to step on nobody's toes. And I get on there and I see Hendo and B. So I'm like, oh shit, let me wait. I gotta wait till they finish before I can jump on and get this done. So yeah, minor surprise. So definitely I want to make sure I'm not stepping on nobody's toes. So I kind of sit back and wait. As soon as Hendo and B logged off, I got on here. They might not even know. They probably don't even know I'm here. Right. So anyway, so Reg, you seem like the type that would be a Jasmine Sullivan fan, like me, right? You seem like I could be wrong, right? But you just strike me as that type of guy, right? So go to see Jasmine Sullivan this weekend. And I hate to be this guy, right? Because listen, now it was Jasmine Sullivan who was headlining. It was supposed to be Janae Ayeko. I can't pronounce. I never can pronounce her name, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? She was supposed to be there. Queen Naja and some chick named Ebony Wright. I want to say, right? She was opening. Now Janae backed out because of health reasons. They're saying, right? So at the last minute, like they're saying, look, man, if she's not gonna be here, if you want to cancel, get your full refund, they let you do it up to a certain point, right? Now, that's the reason why we were up there, right? So we were in New Jersey for the concert, and man, we ain't canceling. Like I really wanted to see. Um I brought it to my wife's attention because I've been dying to see Jasmine Sullivan live. Let's see. Let's see. Chocolate Lady Cat. Hey, how are you? Jada Six says, yeah, definitely got the left hook, right hook, and then the left hook. Yeah, my man Jerry Green, what up, man? Big Red said, man, I love my R&B music. For facts, I could tell. Bazel said, why can't I be a Jasmine Sullivan fan? I'd be slept on. Nah, I'm not saying that, but I mean, Reds look like a smooth cat, right? Not that you don't, Bazel, but Reg, I can tell, he can be smooth, so he can throw on the Sullivan, with the lady, the kids sleep. I ain't gonna go no further, but you know where I'm headed with that, right? But I could tell, right? B, what's good? B said, what up, Mike? Danny said somebody's kids acting up. You see the title. I'm gonna get to that. I'm just trying to explain this concert I went to this weekend. Yolanda B, how are you, man? Appreciate you being here. So look, Jasmine Sullivan, she was headlining, right? Hendo said, oh, I see how it is. Hendo, you just missed it. I just explained to Jay that my lives be they surprise lives, right? So I was getting ready to hit the live button. I said, hold on, let me check and make sure nobody's live. And I got on, I saw you and B were live. So I waited. And as soon as y'all got off, I hit the live button, right? As you know, I was away this weekend. I didn't get a chance to record because June was busy, man. You gotta go back and rewatch that part of how busy June is. So, I gotta get something in tonight. But I got this question I want to ask y'all. But I'm explaining to you guys this concert. All right, let me get this off. Let me get this off my chest because I hate to be this guy, right? I'm not the guy that will get on what they call it. I'm not the guy that leaves reviews. You know what I mean? Like a bad review. I think I've left a review like one time, right? One time. And I had to. It was extreme situations at a hotel. So I left a review there. But typically I'm not, I'm always looking at my wife like, man, it's all right. Like the food wasn't good, cool, man. We'll live with that. It's cool. I'm not that guy. So, and I love Jasmine Sullivan, so I hate to go here with it. But look, man, the show was supposed to start at 8:00, right? Now, as you know, I'm 1/3 of Ring King's podcast. I wanted to watch a fight. We had a big fight last night. I had it all planned out. Show gonna start at 8. They're gonna be done by 10, 10:30. the main fight ain't gonna come on till about 11. So I had it all. It was gonna work out perfectly. So show starts at 8, right? We get there at 7 because it says doors open at 7. We get to the venue. Those of you that's been to Atlantic City, it was at Boardwalk Hall. So you can obviously get there from your hotel from the boardwalk. So it's like 13 massive lines when we get there. Now we get there like 7:05. They holding people up. Can't get in the venue. So I'm like, all right, maybe they gonna let us in at 7:30, right? No, no. 7:50, they open the doors to the venue. Now, mind you, the show is supposed to start at 8 o'clock, right? So then we get in, right? We go to the gate to where our seats were, and then they had guard people at the gates holding people up. You can't go in yet. So we're like, so that was another 30 minutes, right? That they held us up at the gate before they let us get to the seat. So then we get to our seat. 9 o'clock, the opening act comes on, right? Cool. Now I'm getting old, right? Old, I'm old, right? Tired. I'm in Atlantic City. Of course, there was some partying that went on, right? I'm excited about the show, but like I'm a little ticked off about how the night has started. Opening act comes on about 9. Then of course, like after that, Queen Naja came on. She was good. And then after Queen Naja, they had Ari Lennox, who replaced Janae Ayako. I can never say her name. It sucks that I can't say her name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So because she backed out, they saying because of health reasons, so they replaced her with Ari Lennox, which is cool. But like the intermission between Queen Naja ending her set to Ari Lennox coming on was like 35, 40 minutes, right? Now, if y'all follow me on social media, right? I agree with say I go. Right. Okay. I got you. I can't look, man. It's like I can't say her name for some reason. It's weird. I've been trying to say it all weekend. Anyway, so there's like if you follow my social medias, you see like I posted a video of that I was doing an intermission of when the DJ was playing swag surfing, right? But so the DJ was lit, but then that runs its course. After a while, you like, okay, yeah, it's 30 minutes, bro. What's going on? Right. Ari Lennox finally comes out. She kills it, right? She does well. Ari's dope. Then of course there's another intermission between when Ari goes off and then when Jasmine Sullivan comes on, right? So now you talking about Jasmine didn't come on until 11:30, right? 11:30, right? She's headlining this thing. I've never, right, fell asleep in a concert ever. And I love Jasmine Sullivan, but like during her set, like I was dozing off because like I was like exhausted. It it was crazy, but I was just a little disappointed, right? Because I don't want to be too critical of it because she's super, super, super dope, right? But like it just the whole setup was just bad from like I said, saying that we can get doors open at 7 o'clock and doors ain't open until damn near 8 o'clock when the show is supposed to start at 8, right? Then we get to the gate where our seats are. They hold us up for another half hour before they let us get to our seats for some reason, right? Now they kept saying, oh, they had a late sound check. I didn't hear one bit of sound check, 1 2 1 2, none of that. And we were in the venue, so I feel like sound check you would hear that, right? Didn't hear none of that. So I don't know what the deal is, but something was going on. And then the opening act really not starting until 9 o'clock, right? And then the two, I guess, bigger names of the show, having 30, 35, 40-minute intermissions. Like, it could have just been me. Like, the show was still lit. People enjoyed it. I seen social media. A couple of people was kind of getting at Jasmine Sullivan because honestly, she probably did a half hour, right? And people who've seen her before say, yo, she does a cool hour, right? There's a lot of songs like my wife, who's a huge Jasmine Sullivan fan, a couple songs that she didn't hear, that she wanted to hear, that she was thinking she would hear. Didn't happen. So yeah, that was the show. I just a tad disappointed, but that was my weekend. Then, of course, you know, first of all, I want to send a shout out to everybody in Philly. If you saw the news, there was a overpass or something on 95 that collapsed. I don't know the full details. I don't know if anybody was injured or anything, but I hope not. But of course, I wake up to that, getting texts and calls like, "Hey, I hope you're not coming home that way," because 95 is shut down, right? So it's like, but luckily, right? The way that we take home, we weren't affected by that. But I hope all is well in Philly and that situation is okay. So let me get to the people. It's 13 people in here, man. Salute to y'all. Look, these surprise out of the blue live streams. I appreciate y'all being here chatting with me. So I am going to get to the topic. That was 20 minutes of my weekend in my Jasmine Sullivan show review. Love her to death. A little disappointed on how that go. But there is a topic that I want to get to. But let me say what's up to some people in here. Oh, Hendo was mad at me because Hendo, I was traveling. I ain't see it, bro. All right, my bad. My bad. My bad. Hendo says that's not what he means. Look at these guys giving me a hard time. Danity said that's an extra hour or hour and a half. Yeah, yo, it was ridiculous. And Graves said, yeah, the main performers be coming out late. Like, I feel like late would have been like 10:30, 10:40-ish, 11 at the latest. She came out at 11:30, 11:40-ish, right? So I'm like, yo, this super late. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, and so I was a little, put off by that. Living Big Red said many of her songs have that mellow, put you to sleep vibe, especially at that long day. Yeah, like, she did some joints that was hype. That was the ones that I was like kind of. My wife kept tapping me like, "You sleep?" I'm like, "Yeah." I dozed off, but it was a long day. Long day. Jose in the building said you made it back in one piece. Yes, I made it back in one piece. Thank you. Jose checked on me to make sure I was good, so I appreciate that. Chocolate Lady Cap said I would have been tight. Yes. Like I was, I couldn't even really get into the show. Even she did a few jams that I like, and I was just sitting there like, because I'm like, yo, like, you late, like you real late, and that just kind of, I don't really like that, right? I don't really like that. I love Erica Badu. She's notorious for coming out late, right? I'm almost left an Erica Badu show because that's how late she was. People started booing because she wasn't out yet, and she walked out on that stage and looked at everybody like she did shit wrong. And then she started playing, and then we all forgot it, right? But I'm just saying the late thing, man, it's a little bit too much. But anyway, let's get to the topic so I can get y'all out of here. So look, as you see the title, right? When play dates go wrong, right? So look, shout out to OTR Brandon's wife, Nia, my sister. She sent something on the group chat. We all got a group chat, right? My wife, myself, OTR Brandon, his wife, OTR Quan, and his lady, right? We all on a group chat. And so we send things to each other time to time. So OTR Brandon's wife, Nia, posted this one thing, wanted our opinion, right? And I said, Nia, I'm gonna have to take that. I'm gonna have to make an episode with that, right? But then if you rewind to last week when I did the cookout episode and I did, it live, and you guys had a lot of opinion, man, I had fun. So I said, why not go live with this and get y'all opinion on this, right? So here's what my sister Nia sent me. By Amani King, right? She says, my daughter made a new friend at the playground. I asked the dad if we can plan a play date. He's like, okay, I'll give your number to my wife and you can ask her. I don't know why that was weird to me. Aren't you her parent too? Men who have to ask their wives first bug me. So, fellas, the fathers that are in here, right? And then the ladies, what's your opinion on this too, right? What are your thoughts on that? Right? I thought that was interesting. Right? Now I get her point. Right? Yeah, I'm putting myself in these situations. That's what I do. Yeah, of course. I'm my dad. I'm my son's dad. Right? If I'm at the playground and he makes a friend, my son is very, very friendly. Right? Um, and let's say the other child is with his mom. Right? And they hit it off, right? My son and the other child. So the mom's like, "Hey, maybe we should do play dates." And you know, I say, "Okay, cool, right?" Um, but what do you do next, right? Is it okay for fathers to plan play dates with the other child's mother? Now let's assume, right? This is all assuming. It's hypothetical, right? Assuming that you're in a relationship, you're married, or you are currently still with the child's mother, right? Is this an issue? Right? Should you be able to say, sure, take her number, and then she has your number, and then she sends you text like, hey, can little Johnny and little Mike get together today? Or should you say, like this guy did, okay, cool, yeah, I'll take the number, I'll give it to my wife, and y'all two can connect, right? Nah, it's I kind of look, I see both sides of it. Right now, me personally, right? I said in the group chat, I'm with homie. I'm with homie on this one, right? Yeah, I'm gonna take the number because it's great. It's always great for children to make friends, right? So I don't want to miss an opportunity on a play date, on a good buddy for my son. But yeah, I'm gonna take the number and I'm gonna give it to my wife and say, hey, you know, we met little Johnny at the park. His mom, really cool. Mikey and little Johnny got it popping, right? Playing like they known each other for years. Okay. She want to do some play dates, right? So, here's her number, here's her info. She probably gonna hit you up about that. That's me personally, right? I just feel like doing it that way. It just intersects any issue in that situation, right? Any issue of a random female sending a text or get a call or whatever, and you picking up, hey Rebecca, yeah, your wife looking at you like it just clears any confusion, right? For me. Now I don't have a wife that would trip, but I just don't want to go down that route, right? I don't want, because signals get crossed and flipped, and then so you just got to be careful with situations. So let me get some of you guys' opinion. Now Hendo says it's a non-issue, just as long as all the parents know what's going on. Now I agree with you, Hendo. Here, you can, you know, run it by, let your wife know what happened. But see, that's not what she said though. She said, you know, the fathers who have to run it by the wives first, Erica, right? So it appears that she feels like it shouldn't even have to go that far. You're his parent. I'm this child's parent. They want to connect. We want to get them together. So you shouldn't have to run it past her at all. Right? That's what I interpreted with that. But I do agree. If it's all on the table, then fine. If she hits me up, as long as everybody knows what's going on. I agree. That should keep the signals clear. Right? Chocolatey Cap said, I hear her, but the man knows his wife and he probably don't want no problems. Chocolate Lady Cat, that's how I feel. Right? Just I don't even want to take no chance on no problem. Right? Just that a lot of things could get flipped in that situation. A lot of things could get flipped, right? Now, if you take Hendo's advice and you say, look, if everybody knows what's going on, then it should be fair game, right? Now, even with people knowing what's going on, everybody knows what's going on, right? I would much rather My wife be dealing with the mother. Now me and Pop, yeah, we want to get the boys together. Hey, hit me up, right? I just would feel more comfortable with that. Now, if it's a time where play date is planned and you know my wife can't make it, or the other child's dad can't make it, and it's me and the mom, or the dad and the mom, or whatever, it's all about getting the kids together, right? But I just feel like the initial communication, right, between the parents, like it's safer to keep it amongst the women, right? And that could be me, or amongst the dads, right? But that's just me. But a lot of y'all got different opinions, and that's why I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about that. Mr. Jay the Six said, in this day and age, it's not weird. Now, if we take the initiative and do something they don't like, then we dealing with living fish grease and high grits. Jay, I'm just saying, right? Like it sounds like you, in other words, are saying, man, let's keep it smooth and safe on both ends. We don't want nothing to get out of hand, right? We don't want any of the signals to get flipped here, right? We don't want that, 9:30, because there's a such thing as business hours, right? When you in relationships, marriages, it's business hours, right? Where you got friends of the opposite sex. Look, they can't hit you outside of those business hours, right? So let's just say Lil Johnny's mom forgot to tell you that, you know, Johnny wants to play with Mikey tomorrow. Tomorrow's Johnny's birthday. So he wants Mikey to come. But she sends you a text or calls beyond business hours, right? Now, business hours don't exist when the two moms are doing it or the two dads are doing it, right? But I just feel like and look, I understand those people that say it shouldn't matter. I just feel like signals, like I said, those signals can get crossed in those situations, and you just might want to be careful with that, right? You might want to be careful with that. I don't think it's weird. I just think, man, homie checking in. That's just how I would do, But I don't think it's weird. But some of y'all feel different. Let's see what Big Red says. Mine will. You should see the way she was looking at me when we took my daughter to this birthday party and the other moms were talking to me. Yeah. See, Big Reg feel me. Big Reg is like, listen, bro, I ain't taking that chance. I ain't taking that chance. I feel you, Big Reg. Chocolate Cat said exactly. The Wallace bro in the building. Wallace Way. He is my bro, though. Need that hat, bro. Yeah, man, we can talk. We can talk. Man, look, this hat gonna cost you, bro. It's gonna cost you. The other one is here. Gonna cost you, though. It's gonna cost you, But we'll talk about that later. Right? We'll talk about that later. But nah, man, thanks for tapping in. Mazel says the adults should have a group chat. No one one saves everyone. Okay. Now I got you. Right? I think ultimately it probably should come to that. Right? But again, I just feel like she is kind of hinting towards, it shouldn't be no big deal, right? It shouldn't be no big deal if I reach out to you. You should be, as a parent, she feels like, whether you're the mom or dad, you should be able to make a decision on a play date, right? So, and like I said, don't get me wrong, man. There's a point here, right? I kind of understand where she's coming from. She could very well have zero, negative 45 interest in me or whoever's in that situation, right? So she could be just looking at it that way, like, bro, I don't want you. Yeah, I just want our sons to play, right? So maybe she's looking at it that way. Hey, this is just two parents connecting. Maybe she's a single mom, right? So maybe there isn't a dad to, play the other side of that, right? So maybe she's just kind of like, yeah, bro, I don't want you. I just kind of want, to make sure our kids can connect. So I can see where she's coming from with that, right? Um, but as I keep referencing to, right, and I think Jada 6 kind of touched on it too, right? There's nowadays, right? You know, I pointed out on this show before, like everything, you just have to be careful with everything, right? Pointed out 2 scenarios before. One scenario is, you know, I'm driving, right? I'm driving now. I'm just leaving dinner with my now wife. She wasn't my wife then, right? So she's like a car or two behind me, right? And we're in this shopping center, driving by a grocery store, you know, me being who I am, right? Lady walks out, let her go by. I watch money fall out her pocket, right? So I put the window down and I'm like, excuse me, miss. And like she wouldn't answer me. So I was like, excuse me. And she like turned around like with the Shanae face. Like, like I guess she thought I was trying to holler at her. And I was like, yeah, your money fell out your pocket. It was, oh, thank you. Like, so it's not things just everything is kind of it's just I think in today's, you know, day and age, everything is weird with that type of thing with man, female, interaction. Right. Another scenario. Lady, I think I'm coming out of a grocery store. Lady's driving. She has whatever food she just bought, not groceries, but like, from the pizza shop or something on top of her car. So me, I'm like, hey. And there's another guy that's kind of like, I guess he was like, all right, man, he got her. But she wouldn't like react. So he was like, hey. Like, so like we both like, so she kind of gave us the other Shanae face. What? We like, yo, your food is on your hood, on top of your car. And she was like, oh. So it's just like you just gotta be careful now. Like you just being nice and speaking now can be taken the wrong way, you know. So it's just I feel Mr. J on that. I think that's the weird aspect of it. But I don't think this gentleman wanted to cross check everything with his wife or run the play date thing to his wife. I don't think that's weird at all, right? Because it's just the world we in right now. You just people are weird, right? That's why I love the South so much, right? Because I mean, it was just crazy. It was a culture shock. OTR Quan lived in North Carolina for a couple years, and I love going down there. Like I hated leaving because it was just weird. It was weird to me at first, but it was like, damn, man, this is actually cool. Like just walking into Walmart. I like your shirt. Like random people, right? And random people of all colors, right? It ain't just black folk talking to black folk. Everybody speaks to everybody, right? You go to the local Bojangles down there, right? Old guy in there, he just start rapping to you, right? Like people just, they're friendly, right? So it's none of that weird, yeah, none of that. It's just people talk. People, it's not they. I don't know if it's reached down there yet, right? But as far as I know, in the South, you could just say hey to somebody and then not be taken like you trying to get at them, right? So, you know, that's just why I would cross check those that, like I said, those signals. Those are the signals I'm talking about that could get flipped, especially nowadays. Things are just weird, things are just weird. So I don't know. So let's see. Um, so Wallace Way says to me, this is how he kind of typed how he talks. So I'm gonna skip that part, but he says if it's a single bomb, the dynamic changes. That's my bad though. Yeah, but yeah, I think I mean if it's single mom, I do think the dynamic can change, right? Which is why you definitely flip that situation and make sure it's cool. Red says, yeah, it's just too much stuff that can go wrong, and text has no context. I agree. Chocolate Cap says she made points, but you also have to know your husband, wife, and what they are comfortable with. 1,000%. Right? 1,000%. Hendo said, man, host of the Rogue Pop, man. Like, if I haven't said it already, go over there and subscribe. He is on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Now, everybody in here is probably already subscribed. I don't know. Wallace, wait. You my brothers. I don't know if you know Hendo, but go over there, subscribe to the Rogue Pod, right? Because he's on his road to 2,000 subscribers, and you will enjoy his content. So go over there and do that. He said, I love living in South Carolina. Jared Green, follow that brother too. Said my home state. Yeah, man, I loved it down there. Fayetteville, stand up. Yeah. Mr. J said, or J to six. Well, that's the same person, but shit, you know what I mean. I know for me, all I want is to right by people, regardless of sex or anything else, and to have peace. For sure. For sure. Right. And I kind of live by that too. Jay. Like, I could have easily hopped out the car and, picked that lady's cash up. After I'd have yelled at her 2 times and she didn't want to turn around, I could have just put the cash in my own pocket. Like I'm still that guy that is gonna hold the door, right? I see a lady walking up, same time I'm going there, I'm gonna hold the door and wait for you to come. Right. That ain't me hitting on you. That's just me, being polite, being who I am. Right. And I don't. I'm just speaking from a man's perspective. I don't want to just act like it's women out here acting like that. There's dudes too. A woman, if a female says hey or whatever, you got some dudes out here that'll take that as she trying to holler, right? So, nah, man, people can just genuinely have a conversation, right? But communication has to be clear. But as I said, my family is Tennessee and North Carolina. Yeah, man. The South is like, it's just a wonderful place. I know we hear some things about what's going on in the South, and they have their issues, but as a whole, and a lot of time that I spent down there, Jared to be specific, my man lived in Raleigh, right? And Raleigh was dope. I mean, we just had a ball down there. I loved it. Didn't want to come back, but I've never had a situation down there where I was like, nope, South is reared his ugly head. I don't want to come back. I just enjoy it, right? I enjoy it. It's quiet, it's just slow enough, right? Where it's not so much hustle and bustle. I know they building up down there, and trying to make especially Raleigh and places like that. I know they're trying to build them places up and make them pop in cities and stuff like that, but it's just slow enough where the hustle and bustle, you away from the hustle and bustle, and you can sit and enjoy and have a good time, have a chit chat with somebody randomly. I mean, I enjoy getting to know people, right? I enjoy just hearing people's story. You know what I mean? Like, you never know who you run into, right? And what you can learn from somebody. So I just love that aspect of it. Like I said, randomly in a Walmart, somebody saying something to you. So I don't know. We ain't got that. Up here, man, up in Maryland, Baltimore, DMV area, man, it's a little, yeah. People can be a little butthole-ish, if I can say that. But it's a shame, man. It's a shame. So, yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of my episode. Right? I just another hypothetical question, scenario based question. If you're in that situation, what would you do? Right? Is it you take the safe route and just yeah, boom, take the number and then boom, pass it right to your wife? Or take the number, put it in your phone, and then when you feel like it's time for the kids to get together, you do it because you're a parent too. Is it not that big of a deal? That's the question, right? Me personally, as I've been saying throughout the whole show, I am going to just keep it a buck, keep it safe. All right. Um, my phone's over there. Well, I would have read, the other opinions on the chat that we had where that question was posted, but it seemed like we all was pretty much on the same page. Like, yeah, let's just make sure all the communication lines are open because we all know, right? I'm not teaching anything. Communication, the good communication is important, right? Important. So, um, you know, keep those lines open, in my opinion. Now, if you want to live on the wild side and you just say whatever, I'm his daddy and I can do what I want to do that too, right? You know your situation, as Chocolate Lady Cap said. You know your situation better than anybody, right? You know your wife or you know your husband better than anybody. So you can do that, do that. I would just prefer to keep those lines open, clear, and whatever the case. We all know what's going on. I think Bazel said that before. I think Hendo said that before. Let's see what other comments we got in here before we get out of here. Jared said Raleigh and Charlotte be lit. Yeah, true indeed. True indeed. Uh Jay said the fact they building a Bojangles here in San Antonio brings a tear to my eye. A little piece of my home is 10 minutes away. Hey, man, look, them Bowberry biscuits, bruh. I think the icing, I think it's a little, I think that's crack or something involved in that, because they slamming. Next up is to get a Waffle House down here. Waffle House is like, so that's what we really don't have up here. I think it may be one. Wallace Way, Hendo, those that's from the area. Is there a Waffle House locally? I thought it was one Waffle House up here. I could be mistaken. But to my man Jared's point, the first Waffle House I went to was in Charlotte. Now I lived in Hampton, Virginia for a couple years. Never tried the Waffle House. That's Hampton. That's why I got put on to places like uh Golden Corral. That's the first time I had Golden Corral in like the South, right? But Waffle House, I never really did the Waffle House, but until I went to Charlotte. And look at that, look at that. One Mike, did somebody say Charlotte? Born and raised. Look, Mike down there, right? Now listen, hold on, before we move on. And Mike, I gotta get you on this show, bro. I mean, send me your availability, man. We gotta wrap. I gotta get you on here. But this brother here, now those of you that are in here or who listening to the show, who are followers of mine, subscribers of mine, please, right, do yourself a favor and go subscribe to One Mike History, right? It's One Mike Black History podcast. I always tell this story. Mike also had a podcast called the Cut Podcast, which I was on plenty of times. He even came on OTR a couple of times, right? This brother, it's the beauty in this is I remember him mentioning this, right? And wanting to do kind of like a storyline podcast, and he mentioned history and things like that. And to see him do it and where it is now, salute to you, Mike. But everybody, please, like, you will love this channel. Trust me, you will love it, right? As I said last time he was in here, if you want to know why black people love Cadillac so much, he'll tell you, right? He got the breakdown of that. So go over there and follow my man. But yeah, he's down there. Me and Mike always talk about the cookout, right? In the South. Like cookout. First time I had cookout down there, I was like, bro, this is the best fast food, restaurant joint I've ever been to. Now Mike thinks it's whack because he down there. But like to somebody that ain't from there, cookout is banging. All right, cookout is banging. So shout out to to the homie. Let's see what else we got in here. Where am I at? Let's see. Bazel says, I'm antisocial, but my family instilled in me to wave and nod when you see people and they see you. Yeah, man. Like, You ain't gotta have a full broken down conversation, but yo, what this a head nod, what up? You know that don't take nothing, you know. It costs you nothing, is what they say. All right. Wallace Way said, "Are kid play dates a newer thing?" Good question. I would say, well, it depends on how. Like, what do we call it newer? Like, what's a range of what it could be new? Like over the last 20 years, last 10. You know, I mean, I remember. I would say they got really popular with. I would probably say my bonus daughter's generation. She'll be 22 this summer, right? I would say in her with her generation, I would assume that I guess that's when they probably got popping. So maybe, you know, 20 or so years. I guess you can call that new. I know when we was growing up, we didn't call it play dates. It was like, yo, what house you live in, or what apartment building you live in. All right, yo, I see you at the course tomorrow. That's how we clicked up. It wasn't no parents involved. Parents came in much later when you was locked out of your house, or we just hooped all day. You had the closest house, and you had to go in and ask your mom, "Could I get a cup of water?" Right? That's how you met the parents back in the day. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it's pretty new. Pretty new thing. But I think I say this: oh, the play date thing now, where it's like a full out day. Like I worked with somebody who said, she had a play date for her granddaughter, right? But the play date, like she rented like little ponies. Yeah, I know y'all face like what? Same with mine when she told me like, yo, she rented like small ponies for the kids to ride, and then like they have full out like menus, like full out play date menus, especially if it's somebody's house, right? So I think that side of it is definitely new, definitely new. Let's see. He said, I think it's one in Frederick. Oh, you talking about the Waffle House? I could have swore it was one out, PG type area that far, but not even maybe further than PG, but doubt that way. But apparently he's wrong. They got one by B's house. B, do you hit up Waffle House? Are you a Waffle House fan? Now, I will say that. Um, okay. Bazel know where it's at. Buckeyes Town, Urbana Road, exit off for 270. Follow Bazel, man. Look, you want some food reviews? As you see, the brother knows where they at. So follow Bazel, man. He does his thing. That he says is one off Urbana Road. I knew it was something. One was close here. Now, I'm gonna say this right before we get out of here because I don't want to start too much trouble. Right? I don't want to start too much trouble. Okay. Yeah, social media area. Like gender reveal things. Yeah, that's a new thing. Gender reveal is definitely a new thing, right? Jada 6 said, "Cup of water." It was the hoes that prayed. It was the hoes that prayed that one of us had enough to get the big Gatorade or candy lady. So, yeah, like I remember, like it might have been the Wallace way, or OTR Brandon, because we all kind of grew up in the same neighborhood. Like, bro, hey man, I'm thirsty, man. If I go home, I gotta stay in. So you go in, you sneak the little small cup, like remember the little small Sunday school cups, the little paper cups that was that big. You sneak one of those and get some water in that, or like you said, Jay, the hose. All right, but that's when we met moms and dads. When we was hanging out in front of somebody's house, waiting on somebody to come out. That's when it wasn't no play date thing. Chocolate Lady Cap said, "Hey, one might hit you. I found your channel and gave you a follow. You will not regret that, Chocolate Lady Cap. Trust me, you will love his channel." So let me say this now to my people in the South. So I got Jared Green in here. I got one Mike, history in here. I got a couple of y'all from the South. Okay, a couple of y'all from the South. I need and this could be his own separate episode. Shout out to Baylor. Baylor, if you hearing this, right? Now Baylor on the West Coast. I don't know if they do first of all, we need to maybe break down the history of Waffle House. Now, are they all over or are they just is that just a South thing? Right. But shout out to Baylor, host of BTG for president. You know, if they got Waffle Houses over there, right? I could see this being something that, he would kill or get behind. First of all, I need your true opinion on Waffle House, right? Now we hear the talk of Waffle House, right? People say they love Waffle House. Waffle House is slim. I know there's a picture floating around a shorty with the Waffle House with the Waffle House sleeve on, like she about to hoop. Like they say, Waffle House is just that, right? You gotta strap up. I ain't talking about with the Gap, but you might have to with Waffle House with the Gap. But I'm saying you gotta put the eye black on and be ready to work at a Waffle House. But what is your true? And those are in the chat that has had Waffle House. What's your true thoughts on it? Right? Is it really that good, or is it a bit? Or is it a tad overrated? Be honest. Be honest. I don't want to start nothing. Right? I only ate at Waffle House one time. And that was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I mean, it was good, but I wasn't like, yeah, I gotta come back tomorrow. Now I get Waffle House is like, that's the late night eats, right? Coming from the club, late night. Like here in Maryland, DMV, like the late night here is Denny's. Or you might find it Denny's. Denny's probably the only thing that's gonna be open late night around here, right? But I mean, it just it was good, but it wasn't like, yo, I gotta find the local Waffle House and go there all the time. So I just want your opinion on that, if it's good at all, or if it's really that great. Yeah. I'm just saying. Bazel says like cookout, good cheap food. What's your thoughts on cookout, Bazel? Because I love cookout. I got to make a stop to cookout whenever I'm in the South and they have one. So yeah. So anyway, I'll end the show that way. People who are listening, people who are watching, go ahead, leave it in the comments your thoughts on Waffle House, and if it's really that good, or if it's just kind of like one of those things that caught a name and now people riding the wave of saying Waffle House is like that. Now I know Waffle House, they say you can go on Waffle House and say, yo, can you make yada yada yada, and they will make it right off the menu type additions they'll do for you. So that's dope, but that's it, man. Let me go. This has been on here almost an hour, and I said I wasn't gonna be here long. I appreciate y'all being in here for sure, right? I got mad love for y'all, man. I appreciate the support. As you see scrolling below me, first thing you see is how to join the Patreon, right? Go to patreon.com/OTR Mike. See if there's a tier that suits you, right? There's a lot of perks that come along with being a patron of mine, and it brings you a little closer to the show, up close and personal with the show, right? Then also you see how you can get your tickets for the Roundup meet and greet. As I said before, that's myself. That's Hendo from the Rogue Pod. That's Jose and Brodney from Lunch Break Hot Take. That's Coach Evans from Sip to Tally Films. And that's Chris Just Joking, right, from the Deep Cover Podcast. You will get to meet all of us in the flesh August 4th at Bus Boys and Poets. Super, super dope venue. Man, real classy, real solid venue, right? There's a new one. Matter of fact, the one we're hosting it at is probably the newest one around here. So brand new, state of the art. It's dope, right? So you don't want to miss it. Come out, hang with us for a couple hours, man. I think it would be dope to meet a lot of you, put a face to a lot of you. Man, and it'll be cool, right? It'll be cool. So I hope to see all of you guys there. Let's see. Jay said, "How do we get the hats, Mike?" Look, I'm working on that. Um, it depends, Jay. Like if you want to fit it, like these are fitteds, right? So or the snapback. Now fitted, I gotta customize it so it fits your head, right? So I'm working on all the particulars, man. I personally like fitted. A lot of people like snapback or don't mind snapback, but I want the people to get what they like. So I'm working that part out. But the hats will be available hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. This one turned out really dope, man. I wasn't expecting this one to come out as dope as it did, but it turned out really, really dope. So I am happy with the product. It's just finding a way to get them to y'all. But if you cool with the snapback, that can happen a little quicker, right? But the fitted, we gotta do some customizations to the fitted, of course. Bazo said crab cakes just came out the oven. OTR Mike Patreon only. Oh man, crab cakes, brother. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. So yeah, man. Look, follow your boy on all your favorite social media platforms. At that, Twitter, OTR Mike, on the OTR underscore Mike, and OTR underscore Mike also on TikTok. On Instagram is OTR Mike underscore. Um, if you have not subscribed already, hit that button. Subscribe to the show. I'm on the road to 500. I got a ways to go, but I know y'all gonna help me get there. So hit that button, subscribe to the show, hit that like button on your way out as well. If you are a audio listener, man, I'm on all your favorite streaming platforms. Right, when you find the show, give your boy 5-star rating. Right, and then drop a few words in there about what you think about the show. Help your boy get his stuff pushed out there a little bit more. But that's the show, good folks, man. Appreciate y'all again, man, and I will holler at y'all next week. Right, next week is Father's Day weekend, I believe. Right, you know what? That's another episode. That's another topic. You don't see nothing about Father's Day on the TV, right? They started pushing stuff for Mother's Day a month ahead, 6 weeks before. It's a little odd to me. But anyway, I'll holler at you guys next week, man. I appreciate y'all. Till next time, I'll holler. Peace.